All right, so just wanted to continue to talk here a little bit about you know, narcissism, and them taking credit. This is another little game that they play for something that they don't deserve credit for. Okay, and trying to take credit for it. It's just another way of them gaining attention, them trying to maybe gain notoriety from your hard work, that you put in, and they would devote a lot of this time to snitching, tattletelling, ratting, and then spreading rumors of them trying to take credit for something that they don't deserve credit for. Okay. So when you start to notice this, in the previous video I was doing a little bit about, a key phrase. Okay, a key phrase that they would use would be, "I was the one." Okay, so in my own life, like my dad was a narcissist. The relationship, and all his relationships got sabotaged by his own narcissism. But he would constantly do this. Okay, so like when I was a little bit older, maybe in high school, he tried to take credit for him teaching me how to tie my shoes. Okay. And I don't remember. I remember my mom, showing me how to tie my shoes, and maybe he did a little bit, or I remember showing him I learned how to tie my shoes. But him to try to take credit for that, especially when I was older, was like, why was this guy trying to take credit for him trying to teach me how to tie my own shoes? Like I was too dumb and stupid, and he was the one that was superior of knowledge and this and that, and trying to take credit for that. So it's like, why would somebody try to take credit for that? They have to be a real sick puppy in the head of something that I eventually learned myself. Something that I put time and effort into learning how to tie my shoes, and this and that, but he wanted to take credit for it. Okay. And trying to understand it is something, that's, on a whole nother level or another video in this case. But when they start to try to take credit for something, that's also a level you're going to have to be like, well, I cannot be around this person, because all they're going to do is try to take credit for something that you did in your hard work. Okay, so you don't want your hard work, something that you earned, to be avoided, because these narcissists, they're gonna try to snitch at all levels. They're gonna try to find your friends list, find your other associates, and spread rumors. Okay. And when this gets into like a level of the sickness, that you start to be like, man, these people have got a real psychological issue, and the snitching becomes so prevalent that you have to acknowledge it on some level, that you're gonna have to realize that you have to cut these people out of your life. Okay, and cutting them out of your life, it may be difficult, when that's a friend, that may be somebody you like, somebody you wanted to like, somebody who and it was a family member that becomes maybe extra difficult because they're family. You may have to sit there and listen to the narcissist take credit for everything. In the previous video I was talking about, one of their other key phrases was, "I was the one who did this first, and I was the one who did that." And then once again, they're trying to take credit for something. Like in my case, it could be like they showed you something, or they took knowledge for something that was it was common knowledge. Okay. So something that was common knowledge, they didn't invent. They weren't the first person ever to do it, but they're trying to take credit for it like they were. Okay, and they're trying to take credit for your hard work. And my example of me tying my shoes, that's just something for somebody to try to take credit for something like that. They have to be a real piece of work. Okay. And so you're just gonna have to try to avoid them taking credit for something like that. So if you see somebody trying to take credit for something that they don't deserve, something that they didn't work hard for, somebody else did, and they're just trying to say, "I was the one who," and you start to see or they might say, I showed them first. Okay, they may say that they were the first one to do something. So you start to see somebody who says they were the first one to ever tie shoes or something like this. Or is that what you're saying? You're the first person to ever tie a shoe? No, they weren't. Okay, for them to take credit for that, it's a real psychological issue that they have going on. And so once again, you're going to have to figure out a way to cut these people out of your life. Don't let them know, what's going on. So I think I'm going to do another one about, not talking to them and avoiding them, at any and all costs. So you start to see people taking credit for something that ain't theirs. That's another narcissistic trait, So I'm going to do another video here in a second.